Hi you guys, welcome back. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and in this video, I'm going to tell you guys all about Moonstone. So stay tuned. At the time of filming this video, it is actually a full moon in Leo right now, which is in opposition to Aquarius, as you might know. So this is kind of a strong and powerful full moon, and it's interesting, I find it interesting, that I have been guided to meditate with my moonstone for the past 14 days or so. And so I just kind of wanted to share some of my meditation experiences that I've had with the Moonstone and just share some of the spiritual benefits that you too can receive if you like to work with Moonstone in your life. This piece of Moonstone is a raw chunk of Moonstone. And so generally they have this kind of beige color and a beautiful shine on top. And they are this cubic shape as well. And then we have a tumbled moonstone here. So this is what a moonstone would look like when it has been tumbled. And I have this moonstone touchstone. And this is the crystal that I've been meditating with since February 4th. Selenite can cleanse and charge other crystals. And the reason I chose to cleanse and charge my moonstones in this way is because if you've seen my video all about the selenite crystal, you already know that the name selenite comes from Selene, the moon goddess. And the name comes from the selenite's moon-like glow. And I do just love the power of the crystal, and I love to use that to cleanse and charge my moonstones because it just brings more and more of the energy of the moon. So I like to place those crystals in the window around the full moon so that they can, receive all the benefits of charging under the light of that full moon. In the past, I normally use my moonstones as a tool to help charge some of my other crystals. Okay, so once you find a good place for your crystal tools, you're simply going to put your table out. Okay, so I have put my black obsidian mirror onto this little plant stand so it's not sitting in the snow. And I like to I'll place a quartz crystal on top, as well as, of course, a moonstone. And I've charged those with intentions to bring clarity and also intuition and inner knowingness to, help me with the scrying with the black obsidian mirror. I haven't really taken much time to work with Moonstone on my own self in the past. The very first time I decided to use Moonstone during my meditation, I was standing over here at my crystal cabinet, and I took my hand and I was trying to decide which crystal to meditate with. And it was only when I had my hand placed over the Moonstone crystal where I felt a sensation move from the palm of my hand and all the way up my arm until it reached my spine. And so from that moment, I knew that it was time to meditate with the Moonstone. And on February 4th, the first time that this happened, I actually realized that I had a little bit of feeling of being unworthy, kind of under the surface of my being that was still kind of stuck there, and I was unaware of it. And when I finally did become aware of it, I repeated to myself without even thinking, I am worthy. And I immediately began to cry. Of course, this led to me then thanking God for the experience that I was having, because it was actually a realization. It was a mini awakening. I have so many of these all the time during meditation. But this one was a little different because it was really my first time meditating with the Moonstone. And so after I had realized that feeling of not being worthy that I was still carrying deep within me, and when I was able to express that I am worthy out loud, and then I was able to cry, which when you use your emotions, you're helping to move that feeling through you. And if you don't ever take time to let your emotions move through you, then they can cause a lot of blockages. So whenever I feel, especially during meditation, whenever I feel the need to cry, I just let it out as much as I possibly can. And as soon as that was over, the rest of my meditation was full of brilliant, bright, white light, and it was so peaceful and calming to my soul. After that first Moonstone meditation, I decided to incorporate the Moonstone into more of my morning meditations. And so that's what I did. And I realized that I got so much more out of my Moonstone when I began to not only thank God for all my many blessings, but also thank the mother, the maternal. And if you think about it, the word maternal is very, very close to the word material. And so therefore, a lot of our manifestations that we want to bring into the material level of existence, we must first pass through the dark womb of creation. And that is the feminine energy. Some of the benefits of using Moonstone during your meditations, or just carrying it around with you, or wearing it as jewelry, is that the Moonstone will help you to connect with the divine feminine. The sun helps you connect with the divine masculine, but it is the divine feminine that you will get through the moon. And the moon reflects the sun as well, right? It doesn't make its own light. So the moon is more connected with darkness. So spiritually speaking, the darkness are those things inside of yourself that you are not aware of, because light is also known as awareness in universal symbols. So as the darker parts of yourself need to be illuminated, the Moonstone is helping to bring your awareness into those darker areas. And it can help you to bring out your psychic gifts and intuitive abilities. The Moonstone can help you to realize cycles in your life that are happening, and therefore help you to be able to understand the cycles that you want to continue in your life and the cycles that you need to let go of in your life. And the Moonstone is great as well for women who have issues with menstruation, as the Moonstone is connected to not only feminine energy and the moon, which is also connected to the feminine cycles. So I've realized that Moonstone was a beneficial crystal that I've had in my cabinet for so long that I was simply overlooking, like we do with so many of these things that are hidden deep within ourselves. Even if they're right in front of our faces, sometimes we don't even recognize them. And to offer you another perspective on the Moonstone, I'm going to read what the Encyclopedia of Crystals by Judy Hall has to say about it. And it says, said to protect sailors at sea and travelers on water, Moonstone is more potent during a waxing moon and less so during the waning. This is the stone to use if you seek to embody the goddess. Activating intuition, care has to be taken that it does not induce illusions or an overwhelming emotional or psychic feeling. Like the moon, the stone is reflective and reminds you that everything is part of a cycle of change. Lessening a tendency to overreact emotionally, Moonstone can also amplify emotions in sensitive people at full moon, especially those picked up from other people. This stone encourages lucid dreaming, especially at full moon, and has traditionally been used to enhance metaphysical abilities and to develop clairvoyance. A stone of new beginnings, Moonstone is filled with receptive, passive, feminine energy. It balances male-female energies and assists men who want to get in touch with their feminine side. It is the perfect antidote for the excessively macho man or aggressive female, opening the mind to sudden and irrational impulses, serendipity, and synchronicity. Placed on the solar plexus, it draws out old emotional patterning. Well, as I was reading that description from the Encyclopedia of Crystals to you guys, I realized that when I meditate, I hold the crystal right in front of my solar plexus because this is how I'll be holding it as I meditate. So I find it very interesting that the very first time that I decided to use this crystal in my meditation, I had a very emotional response to it. But it also helped me to reflect, like the moon, and to see within myself something that I had to let move through. So much has happened in my life just since I started meditating with the Moonstone on February 4th. And it hasn't even been an entire month yet. So I really can't wait to see what else is revealed to me as I dive deeper into the divine feminine energies that exist within me. So what I've realized about creation, about what I want to bring into the world, is that I have to really connect with the divine feminine. And it's not just me, the whole world needs to learn to connect with the divine feminine at this time. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. So if you like this video, be sure to click that like button and share this video with all your friends out there. And of course, if you are a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you've subscribed, you can then turn on that notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.